Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and we're going to be working on the Sweetheart Roadster project again. So I know in the last video I had mentioned we were going to be doing some leading on the cowl. Had a little wrench thrown in the works here, and I got a DM from one of our viewers, Jason_bikes, and he said, hey, I remember you were saying you were looking for some kind of neat old period radio to put in the Roadster. And I said, yeah, I definitely am. He said, here's one I got kicking around, send me a photo. Basically what I've been looking to do is put a radio behind the seat with the knobs sticking straight up in the face of the radio. It's something I've seen in a lot of the old hot rods back in the day, the customs, and somewhere along my travels I definitely saw it in some like show rods or custom rods, roadsters, and I think it looks really cool. It's a neat little thing, and I don't see a lot of people do it. So that's one thing I've been wanting to do with the car since the beginning. So he sent me the photos. It looked like after some research, the radio is 46 to 48, or 46, 47. Somebody's going to correct me. Ford, Super Deluxe, Deluxe, and possibly Mercury. I don't know those cars super well off the top of my head, but it's basically like Ford's Wonder Bar radio, so to speak. And I was looking at the GM Wonder Bars, and I just didn't find one that was exactly what I wanted. This one, I saw it, and I'm like, man, that's cool. It's got a little bit of chrome. It's got the cool little clear bars on it to push for the radio, and I thought it was a good candidate. So especially being the right era, I thought it was perfect. So Jason was gracious enough to trade us some merch for the radio. He did mention, hey, it's untested. I don't know anything about it, and I'm happy because it's just something we can use to fill the hole. Eventually, I'm going to have to get it restored or find one that's already been restored. The idea is hopefully get one that's been restored or converted into like a Bluetooth or something like that. But enough getting ahead of myself. Let's see if this thing will even fit in the area behind the seat that I have left, and we'll work on making a panel to actually get it to sit in there and stay in place if everything looks like it will fit. So let's get started. All right, so my idea with this since the beginning is to try and hide a radio or put the face of the radio right behind the seat here. Basically make like a panel of some sort that the seat will sit against and the radio can fit in here. We basically made this rear I just rough cut this out of some wood to give us something to sit against. So we just have some sheet metal on there so you could sit in the car and we could start feeling the pedals and all that stuff. This measurement here, I just kind of did it by what felt pretty good. Sitting in the car. So I'm hoping that this is a good distance. We do have this little lip here that was originally for the wood that went around the top on the Roadster that we may be able to trim back if we need to. So just going to do some rough measurements. It's like 2 3/8 roughly. And then if we look at, obviously the body of the radio isn't going to fit in there, but I think if it's fit from underneath, it's quite a bit thinner there. So 2 3/8. So this thing, for just the face portion of it, which is what we want sticking out, actually works out pretty good. It's just over 2 inches. It might be 2 1/8 if I count the little roll here. So 2 1/8 is pretty much perfect. The body of it is definitely too wide. It's 2 3/4. Now we could probably sneak that up in there. But we will have to see how everything fits. But I'm hoping that we can get it to where it's maybe, because the seat's at an angle, so obviously this measurement from here to here is getting larger quite very quickly because of the angle we have it at. So we may be able to fit this in there, and that might be the determining factor, is getting it to where the seat kind of is almost against that. This fits up against, and then you have this here. So it's a pretty small panel I'm making that's going to fit in this area, and it'll kind of be a dress-up panel. But yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm gonna take, and I realize that there's like one of the pieces inside that's bouncing around on that thing is one of the tubes, I believe. It's just looks like it's unplugged or loose, but we already know that this is gonna have to be gone through if I wanna make it work. I was considering making this just like an on-off switch almost to work a Bluetooth type of radio so it looks vintage. But I may make it work because, hey, if you're going to the old school drive-in, it'd be pretty neat. So probably gonna have to take all of this off to allow the seat to fold forward, unfortunately. So now I can move my seat just a little bit, fit that down. So I think we probably want the dials like this. So the idea is that you fit this down, something like that. No, it's not exactly what we want. Again, we're just talking through the process. Luckily, there's some little bolts sticking out there that I can. All right, so I think that's actually like the center line of the car, that factory hole there. So let's see if I can slide this thing around, get it closer to center. Here we go. Yes, I like that. So, trying to decide if I want to drop this down a little bit further or leave it where it's at. I kind of like the idea, put this out of the way. I like the idea you could see this up a little bit. So the idea is like some guy back in the day at the drive-in, you know, you lean against your car and you can turn your radio station and turn it up while you're sitting there. So yeah, I like that. So take some measurements. I'm going to work on making a metal panel that's going to fit in here and give us our spot for our radio to drop down in. And then at that point we could start identifying exactly where we want this radio to sit as far as the height of it goes. All right, so Jason and I got this in here. I ended up cutting the seat down. Well, I had it just rough cut before, sitting real high, and now we cut it down so it matches. And this pretty much, by getting this panel sitting lower like this, I think it'll end up putting the knobs of the radio and the face of it almost level with this here, or maybe just below, which is what I kind of decided was the best idea. So I'm gonna have to make a lip that's gonna weld to this piece and come up 90 and then go along this flange, and we'll bolt in here. And that will keep it sturdy so that it won't sag, and also can help support the weight of that kind of heavy radio. But we got that in, we ran some zip screws through the wood and into this so that everything's kind of fixtured into where it needs to sit. We put a center line for the seat. So now I'm gonna work on tracing the face of the radio, and then we can take that pattern here to our little shelf and then cut that out, and then we'll start working on mounting the radio. Getting excited. Hey guys, just scrolling the new IronTrap Garage website. You guys have been asking for a while for a place that you can find everything that is IronTrap all in one place. So we've been working very hard behind the scenes getting a website together that literally has everything you need. So on the new website that is now live, IronTrapGarage.com, you can shop our full inventory, or just about full inventory for parts, and also see what cars are for sale. So you can scroll through and see all our parts. You can shop right on the website and purchase on the site. You can also search and look for parts. Not only that, probably my favorite thing is you can actually watch IronTrap Garage right on our website. So if you've ever had a problem with YouTube not suggesting our videos for a while, like that happens, you can actually go right on the website, go to the watch tab, pull up a video, and you can watch a video right on your smart TV or on your computer or your smartphone, and it will play all of our videos back to back, so you can actually see whatever videos are getting posted. You can watch them through there, and you can binge watch all your IronTrap Garage favorite videos on here. So definitely go check out the site, give us some feedback, and obviously if you have anything you'd like to see added or any questions, you can shoot us an email through the contact page on our website. So go check out irontrapgarage.com. We appreciate it. Back to the video. Probably we'll do the zip screws.
Yeah.
First. Actually, we might want to do those clamps. It's holding it. That looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hidden underneath it here, just like, ooh boy. Yeah, that looks bitchin'. I love that.
Yeah, it's
just
cool.
Just hidden in there a little bit. And surprisingly, once I put this flange around,
Yeah, if you put this back piece on and it bolts up here, this will,
hold
that
it.
wobble will be
Yeah.
gone. Yeah.
It was a big help.
Yes, video. Good guy. There it is.
Jesus Christ.
That's my son.
All right, so got this panel all sanded and blended and everything seems to fit. I had to do some clearancing around some bolts that bolt the body together. So should be able to do one last test fit on this, then I'm gonna drill the holes through the top here to make everything bolt in place. And we should be able to put our radio in for the final time of this video and check out how good it is. But overall, made it out of a heavy piece here. So it's 14 gauge steel I ended up using. It's got some weight to it, but we'll have no problem with it supporting the weight of the radio, and also this helps attach the seat and keep it nice and sturdy when it's all together and in. So get this all fit up, drill our last holes, and go ooh ah. Ooh, there we go. Get the secret handshake. You all filled up? What's that? Feeling cooling up? Feeling cooling?
No, I gotta get it back on. I look at the batteries and it's ready to go forward.
Might be 5/16. Wait. Nope. 3/4 20. Alright. Alright. Radio still fits. All right, so got the panel mounted in place after all the welding and modifications we did. It's always a little worrisome if the panel is going to fit after you weld everything together and get some heat and all that in it. But everything fit pretty darn good. Really happy with it. I threw some temporary screws in for right now just to lock everything in place I haven't decided if we're gonna put a little piece of wood along the top or if we're gonna finish this out and body work it and put maybe some recess screws. Don't know yet, but for right now, these will do the job just fine. Two things happen here. We're able to get the seat nice and sturdy, so now we're working on finalizing everything with the pedals. We have a seat back that's sturdy. We can put the foam in it that's going to be very close to what it will have when it's done, and it'll get us very, very close to what the seat's going to be like when it's actually finished and we're driving. Most importantly, we got this kick-ass little radio modification done. I've had this in my head for like since before I even had the body. This is one of those things I saw in a little book and I really, really wanted to do. And then over the years, as we've been traveling and seeing all kinds of these original old school hot rods that we've been finding in barns and different things like that, we've seen radios that were like this in coupes and different things. So it kind of just made me want to do it even more. I think it's something that hasn't been really done a lot in the resurgence of the nostalgia hot rod thing for the past like 20 years or whatever. So I thought it's kind of exciting to do something that's a little different for modern builds. So let me know what you think down below of the radio modification that I did here. We're going to be doing some dual aerials on this thing eventually. Once I get to that point, I'll be doing that and doing some little French antennas that I think will finish off this part of the project very nicely. So thank you guys for following along. Appreciate it. Catch you later.